Today I want to talk to you about one of the characteristics of some of the paints that I use that I find really makes a big difference in my work. My paintings are done in acrylic paint on watercolor paper. One of the characteristics that I look for in choosing the colors of paint to put into a painting is whether they're opaque or transparent. Now, the color of a paint is going to be determined by the pigment that's used to make it. Different pigments have different qualities and different characteristics. One of them that I find to be very interesting to use in my paintings is whether it's opaque or transparent. Now, an opaque paint is one that you can't see other colors through. It's solid and it doesn't let light transmit through, and therefore doesn't let other colors shine through. Transparent paints, on the other hand, you can see through them, and you can see other colors that might be underneath them, or they have a different effect on the opaque colors that might be placed on top of them. So I thought I'd give you just a little demonstration about those two different kinds of paint and how they interact with each other while I'm making a painting. I chose 4 different colors, 2 of which are opaque and 2 are transparent. The opaque colors that I chose were ultramarine blue and cadmium red medium. For my transparent colors, I've chosen an Indian yellow and a color that's called green gold. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick up my favorite painting tool, which is a hotel room card key, and you'll see another video maybe later on in this series about how I paint with the card keys and why I like to do that. For this demonstration, I'm just going to pick up some of the opaque paint on my painting tool here and just leave a nice mark here on the paper. And you can see that when I put the paint on, it largely covers up the white of the paper, and you can't see the white of the paper. Next, I'm going to pick up my red, which is another opaque color, and lay it down over the top, and you'll see that the red largely covers over the blue. Next, let's see what happens when we put a transparent color over the top of the opaque color. And you can see that the red really shows through a lot more. It does change color just a little bit, but a very different effect that you get from when you put opaque over another opaque. It does change value and change color just a little bit, but a very different effect that you get from when you put opaque over another opaque. Finally, let's try this other transparent color, my Indian yellow. And again, when we put it over the opaque blue, you'll see that you get a similar effect. When you put it over the other transparent, depending on which of the two has a stronger tinting value, you'll get different effects. And again here, because the green has a stronger tinting value, you'll see that that bottom color shows through much like when you've got the translucent over the opaque itself. That's a fun technique. It really does make a difference when you're creating paintings. I think in my work it adds a certain depth and richness and vibrancy to the work, and I'm pleased to have been able to tell you a little bit about it today.